What's up, YouTube? Or excuse me. Good morning, Geekdom. How you guys doing today? I had a chance to finally go home after the last 4 fucking days. And now I can actually do a drive time Geek Speak because I can't do that when I'm, doing a firehouse thing at work. I can't do it at work. There is no drive. You don't want to see me walk from the break room to the time clock. That is not a stream. But I got to lay down in my bed last night. I understand why it was still so fucking cold there. But I did get to lay in my bed, which was nice. It's so nice. Got that new bed frame to raise that shit up higher. Dude, it's like jumping on top of a cloud now. That bed feels so much different now. Like I'm climbing up on a Nimbus. Got to climb up on that Nimbus to get that rest in. I got horizontal and went the fuck out. No time for nothing. Early, before like 8 o'clock. Anybody who knows me, if they heard me say I went to bed at like 8 o'clock would know, like, God damn, you was tired. Yeah. Burnt at both ends and the middle. And not feeling pleasant with anybody. I'm still not actually. Because, as usual, I got some people fucking with me on some other shit. I don't know what it is about me, man. I do not know what it is about me. Maybe I'm too easygoing. Maybe I laugh too fucking much or what. But people always like fucking with me on some shit that they shouldn't even be bothered with. How the fuck you take one chick to lunch? You motherfuckers acting all stupid. But you know what they worried about? They worried that I'm fucking the chick. Like, I ain't fucking the chick. God damn, calm the fuck down. Motherfuckers want to get in their bag. All these assholes married. The angry man was pointing out manhood is in a deficit. And it ain't just in black folks. Fuck you. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I will try to keep this focused on some geek stuff and not my personal musings. I'm going to try to separate that shit up and actually keep my personal musings on the Artisan MC channel and to the PMDNs and not the geek streams, because then the geek streams get loaded down with shit that I'm working out in my head about other things and not geek stuff. Not the conversation about geek stuff. So what we got today? What did no one say? I hear you and him being a fucking funny package, man. What did you say? Artisan is still top tier. No coffee artisan is no bueno. Hell no. No coffee artisan is no bueno for anybody. It's not a fun thing. And the funny part is, I haven't hit anybody in the face yet. I've never hit anybody in the face yet. But apparently, just because of my looks and how I talk to people, and that growl and shit, they get uneasy. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm a really cool dude. Just leave me the fuck alone. Don't be bothering me with no bullshit. Don't have time for that. Yesterday, I couldn't get my caffeine right. My chill meter was not there because I was tired. And then people want to start doing Monday morning bullshit with me. And I was not in the mood for that shit. Like, we still got some unresolved shit from Friday, man. We're going to start again today. Glad to cut you some slack and didn't go flame on. I was pissed. Missed the whole goddamn stream. These people just thinking everything hunky-dory. Like, I missed the whole fucking stream fucking around with y'all. Dumb shit. Unorganized asses. like, I'll say this, and I'm sure Rich would agree. Thinking black men don't necessarily need to be working for people. You don't need to be working for anybody. You need to have employees, but not be an employee. And that's coming from, I've been working since I was 15. I ain't been stupid one day. That's coming from experience. It is not a fun thing. It's a soul suck. It is a soul suck. When I do streams and I talk about the tyranny of lesser men, that's what it's about. Shit you have to deal with. Lesser beings. What up, Snuggles? Although I don't focus on Snuggles today, but what's up, Snuggles? Snuggle Love? Sound like a pimp name. Pimp name Snuggles, man. You gorilla pimp. Pimp name Snuggles. Yeah, Snugs in the building. Bad bitches. Snuggles in the hands. So what's up with the Geek Speak? What y'all got? Throw some questions in there so I can do some Q&A if you want to know some of my artistic impressions. Go ahead and throw some comments in there and let me know what you think. Because my buddy Malika shot me a video today, or this morning, which I think it was John Wick 4 with Scott Adkins. And I saw that trailer up there, but I didn't watch it because I think it might be good for a reaction trailer. I have to be, sitting down to do a reaction trailer. So I haven't watched it yet. Have not watched it yet. I was sitting up last night planning a trip. I think I'm gonna go to Vegas at the end of this month because I fucking feel like it. I'm bored. I'm bored as shit. I'm irritated with people, and I want to get away from folks for a short time. I really do. I want to get away from folks. So I was looking up my little trips on Vegas last night. Fell asleep doing that. So I'm working out. Do I want to drive or do I want to fly? I definitely want to fly, but I don't like flying somewhere and not having the car waiting when I get there because I like to get around. I like to get around. I like to see what I want to see when I want to see it. And every time I go to Vegas, I go to Hoover Dam. I always go to Hoover Dam. It feels special to me. And the other thing I want to do with a car is I want to go drive back to the Grand Canyon. I want to go drive back out to Guano Point and sit on that fucking mesa and think about my goddamn life today. I really do. That's what I want to do. It don't take long. I know the way to go. I know how to get there. Don't take long. All I need is a car. So I'm working that shit out to make it economical since it's a last minute spur of the moment trip. It's not something I planned out all fucking year. But got the remedy in the building. I need some time away from some people, at least for a hot minute. At least for a hot minute, because I'm black, so I know it's the standard course, but a nigga feeling a little bit unappreciated right now. And a lot of stuff this last month has been showing me signs. If y'all want to look up the whole numerology thing, if you start seeing a lot of repeat numbers, right? 555, triple threes, triple sevens, hopefully not triple sixes, triple ones, and stuff like that. It usually means something significant is going to happen in your life, right? If you do the whole numerology thing, right? Pay attention to that kind of stuff because I pay attention to the world around me. And I've been seeing signs like that for at least the last month and a half, consistently. And I bought a whole lottery ticket that I didn't even check. Didn't even check that bitch. Play lottery so long I didn't give a fuck. But I keep seeing those signs. I still keep seeing those signs. Like it's random shit. Like, okay, I did this, finished this up. Yeah, what time is it? 11:11. Okay, weird. Boom, 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 boom. Pump the gas. What is it? 55, 55. I keep seeing stuff like that. Right? Not thinking about it, just moving through the world. And those signs keep coming up. And they've been coming up consistently. They're coming up more so with the ended up the last relationship I was with, the last chick I was with. It was coming up more so. That was more in keeping with telling me to, walk away. Tell me more, walk away. Too many times. But like I tell God when I talk to him, or it, be whatever, right? It has a choice, I don't. But when I talk to him, I let them know, like, look, man, you made me. You made me. I don't do good with these subtle fucking signs. I don't do good with subtle signs. You got to throw some neon on that bitch and make it evident because you gave me the mind that I have. And the mind that I have is skeptical. It's skeptical and questioning. So you can't give me a subtle sign and think I'm just going to follow that bitch. You know this. You made me this way. Come on, man. You're going to have to tailor make the sign for me. The sign is going to have to say neon on it. Yes, artisan, this is the way. You got to do that. Stop playing stuff brand new. I know you made billions of things in this universe, but damn, you made me too. Unless it was an accident. You know how I'm designed. You did it, okay? Make a sign that I would see. That's all I'm asking. Just make a sign that I would see. Incontrovertible, okay? But that's what I joke about when I talk to them. I need a definite sign. All the rest of the shit is not really. Keep seeing twos. It won't look down. Something coming up. Yeah. What I was reading up on the shit because what it says is if you believe in the shit, right? It's all in your belief. Whatever it is, it's your belief, right? Like veganism being better than fucking being an omnivore. That's all in your belief system. Whatever you say, homeboy. But like Last of Us, if you die, I will survive. I will survive because I do like some beef jerky. Beef jerky. Just saying. That's what it is. But if you look it up, you look up the numerology of repeating numbers, twos are significant. I have it on my phone right now what 2 means. But when you see repeating stuff like that, it usually means like your guardian angel or something like that, or angels specifically are trying to talk to you. I think of my guardian angel as people I really care deeply about that passed away. They just passed beyond this realm of understanding. They're still hanging around. They still come in and pop in sometimes. They do. It doesn't mean my grandmother is watching me while I'm sitting there beating my shit. And it doesn't mean my buddy Rod is sitting there while I'm sitting on the toilet. It doesn't mean that. It just means from time to time, they come and check in on me and I feel their presence. I do. Because I recognize what their presence felt like interacting with me. Sometimes they watch me. Other times they off doing what fucking, I don't know, dead folks do. Fucking having relationships. I don't know. Fuck, I ain't there. So usually those signs are from them. Like, hey, see something coming down the road, man. Or it's like, hey, this might be the one. Look, I heard there's little rumblings over here in the spirit realm. Might be some good shit coming up for you, homie. Keep your head up. Keep your head on the swivel. You know? So that's usually what it means, some kind of sign. but the specific numbers that you see relate to a specific type of sign. Okay, outside of the fact of just being aware, you can't just be hyper aware of everything going on all the damn time. You never get anything done. Right? Yeah, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, I kept seeing that. It was around that fucking relationship. It was her. She was seeing some of me shit, but I was seeing more so of it. From what I was reading, it was probably more so telling me to get the fuck away from her. Because that bitch don't ever want to be happy. And my thought after all of it was she needs to stop dating black men. Because she just keeps trying to run their name through the mud. She needs to start eating pussy. Personally, she needs to start eating pussy. Got no excuse for the shit she thrown out. So, what we got on the geek front? Anybody saw that Chris Rock special? I did. I think I watched it like 1.5 times. I'm going to do my own reaction to the Chris Rock thing, but I'll say this, right? I already made my thumbnail and shit. It's after recording. I told you how I fell asleep last night, so it wasn't last night that I recorded it. But some of the jokes that I heard there, he said during the Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle show that I went to. He did. That was him testing out that material like I thought. That's what comics do. They're not, look, Chris Rock didn't sit and bite his tongue for a whole fucking year. No. He was working on his material for a whole year. He was crafting them jokes, testing them out in different audiences all over the country, and people paid to watch him do it. Kinda. That's how comics create their material. That's how they create their jokes. You either go to small venues and make your rounds, or you do big venues. You make your rounds. It depends on how big of a comic you are, right? But that's how you make your material. That's how you craft and work on your material. You hit the clubs, do shows, right? So some of the jokes I had heard at the show with him and Dave Chappelle, I heard them. Didn't make them less funny. Didn't make them less funny. But they were some hard-hit jokes. Now everybody, the special was like an hour and some change. But everybody focused on the last fucking 5 minutes of just what he had to say about Will Smith. And my thinking is, what the fuck did you think he was going to say? He was, fuck Will? I'm looking for with a pistol? No, he said some tactful shit. And the one thing that I'm actually impressed that he said was he finally called Jada Pinkett Smith a bitch. I thought I was the only one saying that shit. Because I distinctly remember last year when a bunch of that shit was going down, and I told Will Smith, cut that bitch a check and let her go. Cut her a check. Cut her a check and send her on her way. She fucking up your brand. Look, it ain't easy being a simp. It's not. That's why I pray for every simp to have a red pill awakening. Even if they have the awakening and run back to the comfort of blue pill simpitude. Even if you need to have that awakening, it's important for you. So at least you know the choice you're making is yours. It wasn't just how you were raised, and it wasn't just what you fell into in the world that was crafted around you and you just didn't know. No, I want them to have a red pill awakening. So they can also make the decision of actually being red pill or running back to the blue uterus. the comfiness of the blue womb and make believe that they didn't know the truth. I want them to have that choice. I'm all about people having choices. You always have a choice. So it's fine. If that's what you choose, that's what the fuck you choose. But you can't make an informed decision if you don't know. Red pill awakening is just you understanding that you have to make an informed decision because now you're informed. That's all it is. So if you still chose to go that way, fine, we ain't mad at you. Look, the walk ain't for everybody. It's not. I don't look for 100% consensus. They say I want an army of the willing, not just what was thrown together. Okay? Yeah. Go swim in the deep blue sea. Long as you know you made that choice. Because as long as you made that choice, we should never hear no gripes from your ass. Never. It should never be any more griping. Go ahead and free dive in the deep blue sea. You good. Then we don't have to worry about your ass. We don't. Whatever happened to you, happened to you. Can't cry about it. You chose this. This is how I told my kids. A lot of stuff that happens, look, I will give you the choice. What you want to do? You want to act a fucking fool and get your ass whooped? Or do you want to act like you got some sense and get all the, the ice cream, the candy, and all the rest of that shit? You choose. Because you tailor making this parenting. Campaigning for an ass whooping will get you an ass whooping. You will get elected to the ass whooping category. But if you campaign for being that smart one, then that will get you all those benefits too. All about choice. Locked in people. Habits like a shark fin. Yeah. Yeah, his talk was fair, BMT. And he didn't really, look, this is the funny part about it. He didn't go in as hard as he could have. He could have went in extra hard on Will. He could have did half his show about that shit and nobody would have cared. But no, what did he do? He did his whole show about other stuff, about selective outrage in the culture. And everybody focused on the last 5 minutes because a lot of that shit poked it at them. I find that really interesting. I find that overly interesting. What does that tell you? More people are concerned about what Chris Rock has to say about Will Smith than what Chris Rock has to say, period, about the whole show. And I would call that selective listening. That's what I would call that, selective fucking listening. Because maybe I should change the name of my fucking reaction to that. I just called it the slapback. I should call it selective listening. But that's the thing. He talked a lot about society in general. How silly it is. And everybody focusing on the last 5 minutes talking about Will Smith. Because they happy want to drag his ass again. Look, Chris said it in his special. Jada hurt Will more than the slap hurt him. Will getting drugged more by Jada than we could ever drag his ass. That's why I ain't dragging him. I feel bad. I understood what was pissing him off. I understood what was riding on him that got him to jumping up and getting up there and slapping Chris. And where I agree, a married man don't have to be cool about anybody saying anything he don't like about his wife, a hoe, dick sucker, porn star, whatever. You don't have to be cool about that shit at all. You don't. But I didn't agree with Will jumping up and smacking Chris. No, I don't agree with that shit. No. I agree with the right that a married man can decide to defend his wife's honor however the fuck he feel like it. I do. Because I do believe married men have a duty to their wives and their family. That's their respect. You talk about them. But in that situation, I don't think Will should have smacked Chris for that shit. No. I don't think he should have slapped 50 Cent for that shit either. No. No, I don't. There's somebody who should have been smacked a long time ago. I'll leave it at that. Because that shit was insulting. I don't know how she ain't being brought up on no fucking charges still. I really don't. Unless the kid was over 21 or something. But after that shit, it wouldn't be no friends at the house. I'd have to move out. Now, one friend in life who homeboy fucked his mama. Fucked his mama. Because he was old and stupid. You know, the days where you could have a grown man still in, high school with kids. Because he couldn't get out the grade, so he still had to go to school. Remember those years? Yeah. Them sleepovers took on a whole different feel when he's sleeping over at his buddy's house, and then he just ended up sleeping in bed and fucking his mama. And ended up becoming his new stepdaddy. That's real shit. So that, no. Nah, bro. There would be a separation after that. That say something tragic about your mama and she's scooping that low. Tragic about her ass. And need to be diagnosed. And I don't want to hear no goofy ass modern terms, so she might be a sexual addiction or no bullshit like that. Stuff that they want to label on men that like, having sex with women. That's all that shit is. It's the way to pathologize regular men for liking to have sex with women. That's how you fucking design. Are you shitting me? Shut up. Never heard of a lesbian having sex addiction. Never heard of a gay man having to go to sexaholics. Even though that seems like the predominant way that shit get down. Relationship is maybe, some of the time. But the way the advertisement for the lifestyle goes, it's all about having sex and having fun having sex with a lot of people as much as you can. Be happy with it. So, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's not a pathology. Bioevolution. The biological imperative. So, I liked his special. I did like his special. I like most of the stuff he said in his special. Thought it was really fucking funny. The joke that still sticks with me, even from when he did it at the live show, was about his wife as being as rich as him, and she ain't funny. Tell you how a black man and divorce go down, don't it? Just as rich as him. It ain't funny. Funny how that shit works out, ain't it? Work your whole life for shit. Really work to be the best you can be at it. Get there, and you break bread. Give somebody else half that ain't did shit. That's the man's plight. That's why nobody want to hear about it. Second time in 2 days hearing you talk about. Yeah, walking the path, no one. Excuse me. This is my belief, and that's what I will always espouse. You as a man will walk your own path. And at times you might get off of your path. You might. I usually take diversions. I do. I'll see the path ahead of me, and I know one of these paths is pretty easy. I can keep trudging along. And then the other path is, this might be a little bit rocky. It's a little steep. Fuck it. Let's see what's down here. That is my downfall. I am curious. I'm curious. I don't have a problem going off the beaten path a little bit. As long as I keep my eye on my path, I can see where I'm supposed to be going. I'll take a trip down the unbeaten road, you know. I'll forge ahead. I'll cut my way through a little bit, see what's going on down here, just so I can know what's down there. Because when I talk to people about stuff going on in life, mentally how you prepare for some of these things, or mentally how you get through some of these obstacles, it's not because I haven't been there, it's because I have. And I figured out how I got there. I'm conscious enough to understand how I got there. That's how I get back. That's how I get back from it. You can't tell somebody how to get someplace that you've never been, right? You can't tell somebody how to get out of someplace that you've never had to get out of. So that's the knowledge that I pick up. I will get into situations that I know probably aren't necessarily good for me. But what do? Put on my crash helmet, my pads and shit like that, and I go on forth. See what it is. See what it's about, what it do. I either cut my way through it, or as the Marines would say, make a fighting withdrawal. And then I come back with the recon. Like, yeah, okay, so you want to go down this path? You can go down this path. But they got punchy pits, they got the blow darts, and the motherfucking head shrinkers is a son of a bitch. Watch them. Watch them goddamn head shrinkers. They got this little powder they're going to try to throw on you. You don't want that. Don't let them put it on your food, okay? Don't let them put it on your food. No good for them. But that's why I come back with information like that. To pass off to other people who wouldn't dare go down that dark and spooky road. I'm not afraid. Like I told y'all, my biggest superpower is that I'm always willing to try. I'm not afraid of trying. I'm not. Because failure doesn't even fucking matter. Look, you can only fail at the stuff that you try to attempt. Right? You can only fail at the stuff you try to attempt. You never failed at anything in there, try for shit. You are not pushing yourself. You are not. I just watched my boy Black Bane deadlift like 800 something fucking pounds. And I showed y'all a picture. If y'all on my Instagram, you see Black Bane on there, my boy Sam, right? That's a big motherfucker. Charles even know what he looked like, because I tried to hook him and Charles up, you know, so they could see each other. Two big muscle-bound motherfuckers, right? That motherfucker deadlift 800 pounds. And my first thought was, goddamn, and why? Right? That's my first thought. What up, Shay Moss? Welcome. I don't have any prizes or anything for the first-time listener, but I'll give you, what can I give you? Let's do this. There you go. There you go, Shay Mouse. Welcome to the party, man. Welcome to the party. Now, point being, Black Bane did not do that shit just because he decided to saddle up to the bar one day and deadlift 800 pounds. That's not how that shit happened. If he had tried to do that first and had not worked his way up 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8, if he just started at 8 first, he would have failed. He would have tried, but he would have failed. And he would have failed because he didn't do the preparatory steps to get to that weight, to get to where I think I can get this up. Because he's not superhuman. He a dude. Bleed, shit, piss, sweat. It's like everybody else. He's just a dude. But he trains himself. So when he got to that 800 point, he didn't fit. But he failed along the way. That's kind of how life is. You have to take your failures. People who don't want to take no failures and don't want to take no accountability for the shit that they failing at is the ones who will continue to fucking fail. Me personally, I take accountability for my actions. That's all I can take accountability for. Nobody else. Not responsible for what anybody else say or do. I am responsible for what I say and do. And that's why I'm really comfortable with telling people to go fuck themselves at times. Because I said it. What the fuck you gonna do about it? Fight? It ain't gonna make the fact that I told you to go fuck yourself any less. It's not gonna change that. It's not. You're just gonna get it twice then. And that's not tough Tony talk. That's just common sense, motherfucker. I got 4 minutes. 4 minutes on the game clock. Oh, of course. Like, who are these new motherfuckers on this game? I'm like, how? Sorry, this is personal bullshit. I watched my last stream when I was bitching about the fucking gate. Realized I should have said that shit. God damn. Who was working this fucking gate? I really don't know. Anyway, on to in other news. I like the skit about how he got his daughter kicked out of private school. Yes, I did like that skit too, Aquateki, because I went to private school. Me and my brother went to private school. My brother got kicked out of private school, right? He got kicked out of private school because some of the shit he was doing. It was 3 boys, and one of them snitched to get saved because the principal was Latino, and he didn't want to suspend the Latino boy, but he kicked out them 2 niggas. Oh, he kicked out them 2 niggas because he didn't want the black dudes. He didn't want the black dudes there. So that can be a character builder. It is. And I thought it was funny. Now, I think he said that joke at the show as well, which I also thought was funny at the same time I heard that. Yeah, because I don't like smug kids. I totally agree with his ass. Like I told you guys, after I saw Tambourine, I knew where Chris Rock was, and that, in a sense, me and Chris Rock were at the same place, just at different times. He was where I got to after my divorce. He was there now, realizing shit. So I'm like, oh shit, this is interesting. Because if we were sitting down having a conversation, I would have something to tell him about this. But hearing his routine, hear his thought process of what he's dealing with now. Like, oh, I've been there. I've been past that already. Interesting, right? Life is an equalizer in some ways, right? So hearing that stuff about humbling his child, yeah, you have to. Because look, my daughter went to private school, and she was with a lot of little well-to-do little white kids. And they had to check her many a fucking time about understanding the difference that she is not these fucking kids. And we are not them kids' fucking parents. So that attitude and shit that you're trying to pick up is not going to be okay. You can get fucked up. You're going to have all kinds of problems. You think you're about to adopt that shit on us. Oh, fuck no. That's not how this works. Top down, leader, homeboy. Kids don't run shit with their mouth and they ass to the toilet. You're not having that kind of shit. And when you got girls, trust, you're gonna feel that shit. You gonna want to wring some of them motherfuckers' necks. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Okay. 15 cars, 15 seconds apiece, wasted 4 minutes. Somebody do the math on that. I don't think 15 seconds times 15 adds up to 4 minutes. I don't think so. I don't think that adds up to fucking 4 minutes. I don't. I'm pretty good with numbers, and I'm not trying to add it up and be an asshole with you guys. But if you want to add that shit up, go ahead. 15 seconds times 15 cars. Does that equal 4 minutes? No. 240 seconds? No. Nope, 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 nope. I don't think so. Don't think so. Somebody is fucking up. And all he doing is working the goddamn scanner. So yeah, I did like that material that he used about his daughter, about humbling her and getting her kicked out of school so she learned some shit. Because I've told you guys this about my own kids. My kids are cool. I ruined my kids the way I wanted them. They're some of my favorite people in the world. That if they weren't my kids, I would want to be their friend. I would, because they're cool as shit. They're cool as hell. They're good people to hang around, know how to cook, got good personalities and spirits about themselves and shit. They decent fucking people. I'm happy with that project. That experiment turned out awesome so far. Because look, they only, what, 24 and 30 this year? I guess time can tell. They could turn around and turn into complete fucking assholes later on in life. But they're cool people. They got good friends. They got good friend groups around them. They do decent shit. They smile a lot. They're not broody like their daddy. They didn't have the shit I was dealing with. They didn't. So they can walk around and smile a lot. I'm happy about that. But at times, it was sometimes where you had to humble the motherfuckers. So I tell young parents, you got to know your kids. I know what worked for my son. I know what worked for my daughter. My daughter don't like being talked to harshly. My son don't like being embarrassed. And this bitch ass nigga parked in my parking spot. I'll tell you, some of these motherfuckers boy, just want to get punched in the fucking face. Swear to God. Swear to God. It's like fucking children. Because we got the B-Dub as a manager now, they ratchet up and want to fuck with the BM. Let me go ahead and get out of here, folks. I got a meeting to get to. Is it Wednesday? Oh, it's Tuesday. I'm early as fuck. I sent people hump day messages, and it's fucking Tuesday. I got my days all fucked up. Anyway, thanks for coming through. Shout out to Shay Moss, the first time listener. Come back, like, share, subscribe to the stream, click the bell so you can hear these random Geek Speaks that I do in the morning. And I will see you guys next time.